As soon as I get home, I feel like just taking this knife. And you will be sorry.
The story behind this disturbing phone call from a mother to her daughter will send a chill down your spine. In 1993, 13-year-old Kristina lived with her mother Celeste and her stepdad Stephen in Austin, Texas, while Jennifer, her identical twin, lived with their biological father Craig in Washington State. The twins' parents had a lengthy custody battle after their divorce, resulting in the twins living apart, hundreds of miles from each other. This separation was challenging for them, as they were each other's closest companions. Fast forward to July 1996, after 3 years apart, the twins plan a summer reunion at their grandparents' California home. They're excited to see each other for the first time in over 2 years. However, things take a dark turn when Jennifer tries to contact their father, Craig, but receives no response. After 2 days of silence, they learn that their father has been found dead in his home, leaving behind a handwritten letter. This tragic event leaves the twins in shock and questioning why he took such a step. The planned 2-week reunion becomes permanent as Jennifer moves in with Kristina, Celeste, and their new stepfather, Stephen Beard, in Austin, Texas. Initially, Jennifer struggles with the change, but Stephen proves to be a warm and welcoming stepfather, forming a strong bond with her. Their relationship includes special Sunday breakfasts, which Jennifer appreciates.
When I first met Steve, he was just so sweet, which was a relief,
As the years pass, the blended family appears content from the outside. The sisters start their senior year of high school with a stable father figure, and Stephen formally adopts them, gifting each a unique family ring, a symbol of their connection. However, everything changed on October 2nd, 1999. At 2:30 a.m., Jennifer is away with her boyfriend, and back at Stephen's house, Kristina is asleep as usual. Suddenly, Kristina's bedroom door bursts open, lights flash, and her mother rushes in, frantic, claiming someone is at the door. Kristina is confused, and when she heads to the front door, she sees flashing white lights. In a state of panic, she dials 911 for help. The girl informs them that someone is vigorously knocking on their front door, and outside, police sirens are blaring with flashing lights all around their house. The 911 operator explains to Kristina that the people outside are indeed the police. A short while earlier, someone else inside the house had made a 911 call. Kristina swiftly escorts the police officers to her stepfather's bedroom, while her mother rushes along. Paramedics are already providing medical attention to Steve by the time Kristina and the police officer enter the room. It's evident that Steve needs immediate medical assistance, and they must act swiftly to save him. As the paramedics work to stabilize Steve, it becomes clear that he's losing a significant amount of blood. Amid the chaos, one of the police officers found a shotgun shell on the ground next to Steve's bed. While Steve is airlifted to the nearest hospital, Kristina contacts her sister to relay the distressing news. After the shooting at their home, investigators arrive to examine the crime scene. They find that the intruder entered through an unlocked side door and went to Steve's bedroom, where the fatal shooting took place. To begin their investigation, they collect DNA samples from everyone in the house, including Kristina, Jennifer, and their mother, Celeste. During this unsettling time, Celeste warns Kristina not to mention Tracy Tarleton's name to the police, raising suspicions about Tracy's involvement. Tracy Tarleton had formed a close friendship with Celeste 6 months before the incident and had been a regular presence at family gatherings, including the twins' high school graduation. During the investigation, the police found the very shotgun that was used to kill Steve at Tracy's apartment, which led to Tracy Tarleton's arrest on attempted murder charges on October 8, 1999. However, detectives suspect that there is more to the story and believe Tracy did not act alone. Despite their efforts to question her, Tracy remains silent. Tragically, Steve succumbs to his injuries in the hospital, leaving the twins devastated. They remember his love and care during their time together, intensifying their questions about the motive behind the shooting. During funeral preparations, Celeste suggests buying 2 pink caskets for Jennifer and Kristina, leaving them puzzled. This decision further adds to their confusion and raises concerns in the community about the unresolved case. As they navigate the aftermath of their father's death, the twins observe their mother's behavior becoming increasingly disturbing and unpredictable. She exhibits inexplicable laughter and a manic behavior, and appears emotionally turbulent, disconnected from reality. However, a shocking event occurred on February 16, 2000. Their mother suggests that they all end their lives. This proposal shocks the young twins as Celeste suddenly brings out a knife and attempts to lunge toward them, ultimately stabbing herself in the leg, causing her to bleed profusely. In a state of confusion and panic, the twins dial 911 urgently, pleading for immediate medical assistance for their mother. Paramedics rush to the scene to stop the bleeding and transport Celeste to the nearest hospital. This traumatic event marks a turning point in their already tumultuous journey. In the weeks following Celeste's hospitalization, her behavior became increasingly erratic as she made unsettling phone calls to her daughters, often screaming and yelling at them. Kristina, one of the daughters, came up with a plan to record these conversations in an attempt to make Celeste realize the severity of her words. However, just as Kristina was about to stop recording, Celeste unexpectedly confessed to hiring someone to harm Tracy.
I hired you.
This shocking revelation confirmed the twins' worst fears, linking Celeste's bizarre actions, the purchase of pink caskets, their father's suspicious death, and her plot to kill Tracy. It became evident that they were next on her list, leading to fear and terror. To protect themselves, the twins obtained a family violence protective order against Celeste. However, confirming their mother's involvement in their stepfather's murder required testimony from Tracy. For a long time, Tracy had remained silent while awaiting trial for her role in Steve's murder. It wasn't until she learned of the protective order against Celeste in the newspaper that she decided to cooperate with investigators. She revealed the truth, stating that it was Celeste's plan from the very beginning. With Tracy's crucial statement and a recorded conversations as substantial evidence, Celeste was arrested for capital murder. However, the twins were still anxious about the possibility of her walking free, knowing that as long as she was on the streets, no one was safe. Determined to ensure that their mother faced justice, the twins collaborated with prosecutors, lawyers, and Tracy Tarleton to build a strong case against Celeste. The trial began in February 2003, with the twins having to testify against their mother. It was an emotionally challenging experience as they had to confront their fears and maintain their resolve. During their testimony, they revealed that Celeste had a history of severe mental health issues, leading to violent outbursts and a deeply traumatic childhood. Jennifer, one of the twins, disclosed that Celeste's marriage to their stepfather, Steve Beard, was not driven by love, but by her desire to access his substantial wealth.
Kristina never talked to you about her feelings about Steve Beard.
Well, she said that she married Steve for his money.
They also shared that Celeste had expressed impatience for Steve's death, as she stood to inherit everything upon his demise. Additionally, the twins revealed that Celeste had squandered over $500,000 of Steve's money on extravagant purchases within just 6 months of their marriage. They noticed that Celeste had drugged Steve's food with sleeping pills on multiple occasions, sneaking out once he had fallen asleep. The situation took a darker turn in February 1999 when Celeste experienced a psychotic breakdown, threatening Kristina's life with a gun. This incident led to her admission to the street, David's Psychiatric Mental Hospital, in Austin, Texas. It was during her stay there that she formed a close, intimate relationship with Tracy Tarleton, gaining her trust and loyalty. Once the trust was established, Celeste manipulated Tracy to carry out her sinister plan.
Expressed to me that she wanted the sexual relationship with me, which I also wanted.
Celeste had presented Tracy with a false narrative, portraying Steve as an abusive figure in her life. Tracy genuinely believed that Celeste was in distress and agreed to participate in the murder plot. Despite Celeste's lack of genuine affection for Tracy, she engaged in a lesbian relationship with her to achieve her goals. During the trial, Tracy provided detailed testimony about Celeste's plan for her husband's murder, including specific instructions on how to execute it. This revelation left the courtroom in shock as Celeste watched Tracy on the stand with varying emotions. Her twins also provided audio recordings of her threats to end Tracy's life, as well as her threat to the girls. The trial lasted for weeks, and after 3 days of deliberation, the jury delivered their verdict on March 19, 2003. Celeste Beard was found guilty of capital murder, bringing a sense of relief to the twins. She was subsequently sentenced to 2 consecutive 40-year prison terms with no possibility of parole until she reached the age of 79. This verdict finally allowed the twins to breathe freely and put an end to their life in hiding. It marked a turning point in their lives, as they could now move forward without the constant fear of their mother. After the trial, Tracy approached the twins and offered a sincere apology for the pain she had caused them. This moment of forgiveness played a significant role in the twins' healing process, demonstrating their resilience and the strength of their sisterly bond. All right, guys, that wraps up our video. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button for more.